The BAIID device, that stands for Breath Alcohol Interlock Ignition Device, is a machine that you may be required to install in your vehicle. If you ask someone to blow into the BAIID device for you, that is considered circumventing the device. The Secretary of State's office may ask for a written response as to why you had somebody blow into the machine for you, and one of the consequences is that the Secretary of State could terminate your right to drive with the BAIID device in your vehicle. Somebody can tamper with the BAIID device by removing it from the vehicle, and because these are installed and the Secretary of State is getting updates about how you are doing, they are going to know immediately if the machine has been removed from your car. You can also tamper with it by circumventing it, which could be an instance where you ask somebody else to blow into the machine for you, or by breaking it, and that would be to physically do something to break the device. The Secretary of State is receiving electronic updates about your machine and the results of how you're using it, and they also will know instantly if the machine has been tampered with, circumvented, or removed. If you are arrested for driving without the BAIID device and found guilty, then you could be convicted, and that is considered a Class 4 felony. A Class 4 felony may include a fine of up to $25,000, 1 to 3 years of imprisonment, and a minimum of 30 days incarceration. An unsuccessful attempt to start a car is when the driver attempts to start the car and the reading on your BAIID machine is .025 or higher. A rolling retest is a feature of the device or BAIID machine that will require the driver of the vehicle to provide samples, breath samples, at random times while the vehicle is running. The driver, of course, will have no notice that the machine is going to ask for a test, and you have a certain amount of time to blow into the machine before you're locked out of your vehicle or before your vehicle becomes inoperable. A permanent lockout is when the driver of the vehicle has been notified that they need to take the device in for service. They are given 5 days to have the vehicle serviced either by the manufacturer and the installer. If you don't have the device serviced within those 5 days, then your vehicle becomes inoperable and you have to tow it. A 24-hour lockout is different than a permanent lockout because it disables your vehicle for 24 hours. A 24-hour lockout will happen if the driver blows 3 times into the device within a 30-minute period and there are 3 or more BAC readings of .05 or higher. You might wonder what you should do if you failed a test and the machine asks you to take a second test within a short time thereafter. The answer to that question really depends. It will depend on whether you have consumed any alcohol, either knowingly or unknowingly. If you've consumed any alcohol, the best advice would be to turn off the vehicle. If you are positive you haven't consumed any alcohol and you believe that the first test was just an error, then you can take the second test and hopefully the results will be better. When you're making your decision of whether or not to take the second test, you should consider why the machine gave you a high reading, high meaning anything other than a 0.0 on that first test. If you have any problems with the BAIID machine, any lockouts, any 24-hour lockouts, or any results that are higher than you believe they should, I would encourage you to mark down your comments in a journal or on a piece of paper, and if you have an attorney, to immediately contact your attorney. Because if you've noticed something unusual about your BAIID results, the Secretary of State, who is monitoring these results, has also noticed it, and they will probably be sending you a letter of inquiry which will require you to respond in writing.